No, I mean, I just remember you guys showed up at the show, and John's like, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, we should do a video. I was like, no, we shouldn't do a video. I am Taylor Grayson, and I am a developer at theFINDlab. I started it probably in 2014, not too much longer, like after I moved here. I'd been in Idaho for 5 years, and then moved into Utah. And in Idaho and Rexburg, there aren't very many people of color. So kind of popped in my head this thinking about like, how do other black people feel about living in an area that's predominantly white? You know, Utah's very much a bubble, the LDS, white, there's a mold, that fits. But I think the biggest thing that hit me, I mean, being black in Utah and being from the South and everything, that 98% of the black people have had some type of racist encounter one way or another. And I feel like people don't realize that. I didn't realize it. And so it's really eye-opening for me to know that like I'm not alone, or like, and everybody else is like, oh, I'm not alone. Everybody has the same shared experience one way or another. And so I hit up one of my friends and I photographed her here, and saw the photos, was like, whatever, whatever. Photographed another person, same thing. I was like, okay, this could be good, but like, no one cares. And then fast forward to 2020, and I'm like, okay, like what can I, me, no one cares about me, like what can I do to help? I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna give myself and other people a platform, and I did not think it would have blown up the way it did. I'm really happy it did. Been able to do 2 shows up in galleries or whatever, but I think people appreciated it. Like they really connected with the stories, and I think that face with reading what that person went through, I think that really helps people just understand like, oh yeah, like this is an issue, and it literally is pretty much every non-white person, unfortunately. But like, do you think I want to be here having to be uncomfortable and like vulnerable? Like most people that know me, I'm like, I don't want to talk about, I want to have chill, have fun, down to earth conversations or whatever. But like, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. So let's do it in one way or another. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to generalize Utah or whatever, but I feel like people look at, I won't speak for any other groups of people, but like people look at black people a little bit differently. Whether it's just like, oh, cool, or like, but there's always getting noticed. You can't really fly under the radar. Like in the South, there's a bunch of people, no one cares, or whatever. But like here, it's like, oh, you get noticed no matter what. So yeah. No one wants to hear about any type of shooting, killing, whatever. And it's unfortunate that like marginalized people feel even more marginalized because like something happens and it's like it's gone. But it just takes another uproar, another riot, whatever. You're doing this the wrong way, blah, blah, blah. Like it's taxing to think about that all the time, and I totally get it. But like, if we're gonna step in the right direction, it's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable for everyone. Sorry, but that's the way it's gonna have to be. I just think work just has to continue. It was unfortunate that it took a major high-profile police brutality case like that to happen for it to be like, okay, like, what are we doing? Why is it still happening? But things are still happening. So.
Thanks for talking.
Yeah, dude. A lot easier than, I don't know, like I don't do stuff like this, so it's a lot easier
Was it
than,
okay?
oh yeah, oh totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.